Alright guys, so for today we will be watching the fight between Canelo and Liam Smith, okay? And we will be evaluating or observing how do you actually break the high guard defense. And to put it in simple terms, if you want to quit the video right now, I'll just make it really simple for you guys out there. What I would say, and the simplest way to break the high guard is by reducing your opponent's ability to cover the body and the head little by little. What do I mean by that? It means varying your punches in a way that will slowly reduce the ability of your opponent to cover up, okay, and to block your punches. And so Canelo demonstrated this beautifully in his fight with Liam Smith. So let's get started and let's see what he did. Alright, so for the first thing that Canelo utilized when he fought Callum Smith was same side combos. What this means is he doubled up on the left hand or tripled up, and he did some combos with the same side. So maybe a 3-punch combination on the left side, 3-punch combination on the right side. And he did this constantly to confuse Liam Smith into blocking certain spots on the same side, okay? And here's an example of that. Here Canelo will throw a hook, an uppercut, and a hook again, confusing Liam Smith into blocking a certain shots and then getting hit with another one. Now on this one, he will do the same thing. He will throw a jab and then a hook. He throws a jab, forcing Liam Smith to protect the center right there, exposing the side now. Remember, when you protect the center, you're exposing the side. And so from that jab, Canelo throws a left hook and then he throws an uppercut, which did not really land. But it confuses your opponent, you know, if you constantly do this in a fight. But this takes a lot of practice, guys. So there, he throws a jab and then an uppercut and then a left hook to the body. Now on this one, he will throw a double jab, a hook to the head, a hook to the body, okay? And then he'll throw a jab once again, confusing Smith into what he will really throw. Because he throws it, or he doubles up, or he triples up on the same side. Now the next thing that Canelo did was throwing body shots to lower the guard. And so here's how he did that. He throws 2 jabs in here, and then Liam Smith, I'm confusing him with Callum Smith, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but I'm confusing him with his brother. What Liam Smith does here is when Canelo throws a jab, Smith has a tendency to lower his body and lower his guard, okay? And so what that does is it exposes your face for the uppercut, which we'll talk about later on, okay? Now, here you will throw a right hand once again and look at the body of Callum Smith. Or what? Of Smith, okay? I'm confusing the Smith brothers right now. Here Smith will, again, lower his upper body down. And from that, he will be exposed later in the fight for the left uppercut and the right uppercut. Okay, because when you tuck your body in like this, you're very open for the uppercut. And so Canelo started with body shots to lower the guard in order to expose the face of his opponent for the uppercut that's about to come. All right, on that one, he threw a body shot again. And if you look at the body of Smith tucked his body down even more to block those body shots. He started to put his head down, making it more vulnerable for the uppercut. Okay, so from the body shots that Canelo used to lower the guard, the next chapter of the fight is now throwing uppercuts in order to raise the guard, okay? And now what he does here is, instead of throwing a right hand to the body, in which Smith fell for on this one, he thought it was going to be a right hand to the body, and so he dipped down, okay, exposing his head low. Canelo took advantage and he threw a left uppercut. right there. Okay, and so basically what he did is he now uses the uppercut to raise the guard. So a while ago he used body shots to lower the guard. Now he's using the uppercut to raise the guard up. Now Smith does not know what to do. Okay, and so on this one, he will throw a hook. He will throw a hook. Smith will again tuck his body down even more, trying to block everything. But then Canelo did not go for the body this time. Instead, he went for the uppercut, the right uppercut to the head. And Smith was exposing his head all throughout the fight because he was trying to avoid, or he was trying to block the body shots. But by nature of him blocking the body shots, he was also tucking his body down and exposing his head, lowering his head in the process of doing that, you know. And so again, on this one, Canelo threw 3 uppercuts, raising the guard. And Smith already learned his lesson, so he was raising his guard here. Not necessarily lowering his head as low as he did a while ago, but now Canelo went back to the body. Okay, Canelo went back to the body by the virtue of Smith raising his guard. He tried to cover his face and block the uppercut, but what he forgot to do is block his body, you know. So a left hook to the body came, he got knocked out, or knocked down, I should say. Okay, so the final part of breaking the high guard is now changing levels, okay? This is the first thing that coaches tell you when you're fighting someone who uses the high guard. You gotta change level, body, head. And Canelo displays it beautifully. Alright, so on this one, he will throw a jab. He'll throw some jabs. A right hook to the body lowers the head. An uppercut raises the head. And so that just shows you how genius his combination is. He uses the body shot to lower the head. Right here. He uses the body shot, and then he throws an uppercut to expose the opening. No, that's not it. So here, he will throw a jab, a right hook, and then Smith lowered his head, and he got caught with the uppercut. On this one, Canelo will throw a jab, throw a body shot, and then he threw an uppercut again by virtue of Smith lowering his head. Okay, and finally, Smith was caught with a body shot by raising his guard and avoiding the uppercut, trying to avoid the uppercut. Okay, and so Canelo was taking advantage of the uppercut in the early rounds. Smith was able to block that in the later rounds, but Canelo came back to the body. Okay, as soon as Smith raised his guard, Canelo went back down to the body, and he was able to knock Smith out with a body shot. So to sum it all up, in order to destroy the high guard, you have to reduce the ability of your opponent to cover each spots, the side of the head, the center of the head, the center of the body, and the side of the body, little by little. Okay, so what Canelo did here is he threw the body shot to open up the face for the uppercut, to open up the center of the face for the uppercut, and then once his opponent started to realize that, he went back down to the body, okay, and he caught Smith at a good time when he was raising his guard up high. So let's just see what happened here. He threw uppercuts and he caught Smith at a time that Smith was trying to close the guard, trying to block the uppercut, and he resorted back to go into the body because he saw that Smith did not have the ability to cover that part of his body. So there he goes, he got the knockdown, and that's how you break the high guard. Okay, you reduce their ability to cover each spots little by little.